In this lesson, we'll learn how to control parameters using Softimage's expression editor. We'll use the expression editor to control our right and left wing flaps using our right and left flap parameters. Now this is going to be a direct connection. This is exactly why we wanted to set neutral poses on these nulls. That way we're working with 0 values initially. Alright, well, getting started, we could always start with this left inner flap. What we'll need to do is grab the axis that we'll want to have controlled. So that's going to be our rotate x-axis. So let's go ahead and right click on its animation tick and head over to set expression. So now you can see it has been assigned and locked down. Okay, so once that connection has been made, in the expression editor, in this text box, what we now need to do is define what is going to control the x-axis. So I'll get rid of the input that's already in place, the zeros, and at that point we could head over to the object menu. We now need to go ahead and find our ship. There it is. Expand that, expand extra controls, and there is left flap. So let's go ahead and grab that. So now what this means is that when we choose validate, just to test this out, making sure everything is working, if it's not, Softimage would let us know. But right now the expression is valid. And now we can choose apply. So what you'll see is that the expression has changed from constant to that with a value of 0 to now an equal operation, meaning that the wing, that flap, is equal to whatever value is going to be set by the left flap parameter that we connected it to. So let's test this out. I'll just double click on the top bar on the expression editor to minimize it. Selecting our animation control, watch this. If we were to go to our left flap and start to move that around, in no time at all we are controlling that object. Alright, really neat. Alright, let's go ahead and zero this back out and set up the others. So that's the manual way of doing that. We can have that direct connection happen a lot faster. So just to show you how to do that, with the ship control selected, let's go to our Explorer and we'll go ahead and load up our extra controls parameter. So we could always double click that to load that in. Or another way, if you recall, is to use parameter and choose edit custom parameter set. We'll want to lock down this panel. So let's go ahead and choose lock. We can now close out our Explorer. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the next null that we need to work with. Remember, it's the x-axis. So watch this. All it is just a matter of dragging and dropping. So we can drag the left flap right on top of the rotation X of our outer flap, and now that is directly controlled. Notice how much faster that is to set up. No need to choose validate and apply because it's already been done. So now if we were to close that out and choose left flap and start to move that around, there's the control system for that side. Really neat. Alright, let me go ahead and now zero out the left flap parameter. Now let's say if we wanted to get that done without having the expression editor load up all of the time. Well, we can do that by simply holding down control when we drag and drop. So if I were to select the next null that we need to work on for the right side, with that selected, now we can go ahead and hold down control and drag from the right flap into the rotation X. Notice the expression editor does not appear, and we are controlling that flap now. Let's go ahead and take care of the next one. Again, with that selected, hold down control and drag from right flap to rotation X. Beautiful. So in no time at all we have control over those wing flaps, and this is very animator friendly. If you ever wanted to get back to your expression editor to modify that expression, simply click on that animation mark. Okay, great. Well, at this point what we'd want to do being that the wing flaps are finished, is go in and, let's say, hide these nulls, since they aren't really animation controls. They're just a system that we set up to control our flaps. So now that that's done, we can go in and hide them. So we'll learn how to do that in a clean way, with a clean workflow, a little bit later on. But let's say we go ahead and set up the next expression that we'll need to create, which will be for our fan blades.